Welcome back everyone to another ASMR video. Today I will have 5 squishies for you instead of 4, simply because I don't know if one of the squishies will make any sound at all, but I'm gonna try. The whole point of this is to try, and if you find a squishy that you think makes a wonderful sound, then you'll know that you need to buy it. So let's get started. The first squishy I'm going to start with is the Eye Bloom Peach. And I have mixed feelings about this squishy, simply because not only is it expensive, I'd never tried buying Eye Bloom squishies before when I bought this, and I was really excited about the scent, but when I got it, it didn't smell like much. But I did get the newer version, so it comes with this really cute netting that makes a wonderful sound. I really like the way this sounds. And I think this is just made of styrofoam. I'm not really sure what specifically this type of styrofoam is called. I'm sure it has a name, but that's not my level of expertise. My nails finally grew back, but only on my, I think thumb, index, and ring finger. I had another little accident, and my pinky also had to go. Which really sucks, but I mean, I'm not a nail artist, so it doesn't really matter in my opinion, so long as I still have nails to do this with. Okay, moving on. We'll start with the Eye Bloom Peach. That didn't make a sound at all. Let's see. When I see other people squish this, it makes a pretty loud sound, but I don't hear anything. This actually has a scent now. It's still not very strong and worth the money in my opinion, but at least I can smell the peach flavor. This is honestly a squishy that I don't ever squish. Can you even hear anything? I feel like it's not making any sound. let's try the pen because I feel like it's not doing anything. Sorry about that. I had to go wash my hands because I noticed they were a little sticky and I didn't want to get residue on the squishy. The packaging for this squishy had more sounds than the squishy itself. You really have to dig in there to get any sound. My right hand is not as coordinated as my left. I'm left-handed, so. Okay, I think we'll just call this a failure because I cannot get that many sounds out of that squishy, so we're gonna move on to the one that I brought just in case one of these did not make a satisfying sound. And I brought a wonderful gift for my friend. This is one of those Smikle squishies. I made a mistake. That ASMR video where I introduced the popsicle was uploaded before the actual video where I introduced the squishy. I forgot I had done that. But yes, if you have not seen that video, this squishy is from Michael's. It was about $1 or $2. My friend commented it on that video to clarify how much they sell them for. And I've looked it up. Some locations do still sell this squishy. I just don't know which ones. You kind of have to just go in there and check. I will not because it is really far and I have no reason to go that far other than Michael's. There isn't a store over there that I need or anything. So there really is no reason for me to go and check. I didn't bring this one for the squishy noises though. I brought this one in for the pen. Oh, I just saw a seed fly by. Okay, I'm using the wrong side, that's why. So, let me tell y'all a story. When I went to look for those squishies, well, let me clarify. When I went to Atlanta, I tried vlogging, and I have a DSLR camera, which is one of those heavy-set ones that you need to buy multiple lenses for. It's very customizable and very dependable if you know what you're doing. It was still pretty new to me when I got it. So I'm still working out kinks and all that. I'm still trying to find the proper fabric for my background. I think I need jersey material. I just have to find the right color. Anyway, I tried vlogging while over there and it did not turn out really well. The camera was heavy and it was just really awkward to try and film things. I'm definitely not gonna do the whole thing where you show your face and just hold the camera in front of your face while you talk. because I prefer filming stuff that I'm looking at instead of myself. And I feel like that would be better, especially if someone wants to take a trip to Atlanta, any of the places you visited. They don't want to see you, they want to see the place. So, but yeah, I tried vlogging and it did not work out very well. It also eats up a lot of battery, whereas I would prefer to just film things. I really wanted to take pictures as well because I had new lenses, and trying to do both at the same time was awful. So I gave up on vlogging. I think the one time I tried to vlog was when I went to the Walmart there and I found the soft and slow squishies. I tried to walk through the aisle so you guys could see where I found them. So if you want to go look for them, you'll know where to look. Unfortunately, there were a lot of employees there at the time in the toy section, and it was just really awkward for me to go in there with a camera, a very obvious camera, because I know a lot of people try and use their phones for vlogging. I tried that the second time around, but there were still employees there. It's just, I don't know how vloggers do it. It's really weird to just go around filming everything you do and talking to yourself while you do it. The point is, I couldn't do it. It was really weird. So I think I still have the clips for that, but I never actually added it into the haul video. And the reason I mention this is because I recently went to Walmart here in my town, and they had those squeezable squishies. I know a couple of people have made reviews on them, so I didn't feel the need to make one, especially since I didn't buy one. They're very slow rising, and I was really interested, especially for how cheap they were. They were only $4. But for the size and the designs that they were, I didn't want one. That's the basic principle of it all. I didn't want one at all. Not even for review. I wish I could make really detailed reviews, but I'm on a budget, so if I spend money on something, I have to justify it. And if I'm just gonna spend money on something that I'm not gonna use later on, I see it as a waste of money. And there's no way I was gonna be able to make my money back from that. They're just not my style. They're very cute, and I do recommend you get them if you like them, if you see them around. My Walmart stopped selling them. They sold out pretty fast. But you know, I don't like the faces. I'm really getting sick of faces on inanimate object squishies, like food. I think it would look much cuter without the face. Some people like the faces though, and that's fine. So I'm gonna add a few casualties. I think three seeds total. So I'm gonna change squishies. I'm very excited to try this one. So first I'm just gonna But anyway, what was I saying? I'm a review channel, but I review things that I buy in case anyone else is interested in buying them. But I'm not in it to like review everything. If I don't want it, I'm not gonna buy it. Not even for a review. So I couldn't add them to the American Squishies review. But I did film myself squishing all of the ones that they had at the time. I just never uploaded that clip either because I couldn't figure out how to upload that to Instagram without going through your phone. And Instagram has I think it's a minute-long limit for video length, and the video itself was about a minute and 30 seconds. I hope these sounds are enjoyable. Do let me know. I really appreciate the feedback. I made a mistake in the last video. I keep mentioning that I am inspired by Japanese ASMR artists, but I never actually linked to any. And thankfully one of you asked about that, and I left some links in the previous ASMR video of my favorites and the ones I watch. I will make sure to leave links in the description of this video, because they're really wonderful. The tactics that they use are so unique to their style. You just don't find it in the other kind, the English-speaking world of ASMR. Everyone has those really fancy microphones, and while they are really nice, you hear everything without any noise. There's something very personal about using a less than higher quality microphone and just having someone make sounds like this and kind of simulate as if they were right in front of you. And that personal connection is what triggers me whenever I listen to ASMR. Okay, so this is the, what is this called? Fried squid squishy that I got from my Japan review. Had to switch the microphone because it was very awkward to try and maneuver myself to where I could squish it on that side. I'll think about that next time. Did not consider whether or not the side I'm sitting on would matter. But hopefully this is better. So yes, I do appreciate that a lot of you are enthusiastic about my reviews, that do want me to buy certain things to review, and I do consider it, I really do. I kind of look up where to find them, how much they are, if I'm interested, but I can't review everything, and I really don't want to spend money on things that I know I'm not gonna like and don't care for, so I can't go and buy out all the squishies. Even now, I'm struggling with a squishy that I really want. It's Squishy Japan and iBloom Collaboration's new Le Francais, no, what was it called? It's in French, but it's like a long French bread. It's supposedly 49 centimeters long. which I think when I converted it, it was about 18 inches, which is a lot. That's really long. That's about like longer than this distance. There is some construction or something going on in my backyard. And it took them a long time just to leave. This squishy was louder when I first got it. Maybe it was my imagination. Okay, let's move on to the next squishy. So here we see the return of the not so soft and slow squishy. The pancakes are actually okay. They're still very easily defected, and I would not pay $6 for them, but it's a pretty nice squishy to squish. So, as you can see, it's pretty defected. The butter is coming off. If you look at the bottom, there's a lot of cracks. But the texture of this particular squishy is really good for squishing because of the paint that they used compared to other ones. So it makes a kind of sticky sound when you squish it, which is really nice. Everyone's waking up. It's about 1 p.m. now. I've been filming videos all day, and I'm getting to that time where I have to constantly stop recording because there's something outside. Either children, people mowing their lawns, noisy birds, because I do live near a pretty foresty area. Whatever the machines are back there, they may be working on the power lines or something, I don't know. It's really obnoxious, but I do want to finish this. I don't want to stop and then restart some other time because then it might be inconsistent. I am hungry though, so if you hear any rumbling or stuff in the background, that's probably what it is. See, the more I squish this, and it may just be because I have nails, the more flakes I see coming off of it. So if you get any soft and slow squishies, purely for the squish factor, this is the only one that I would recommend. Maybe the cake roll, simply because the design is so simple that the squish on that one is no different than any other ones that I've gotten so far. But yeah, this is the only real one that I've enjoyed squishing. The cupcake was too wide, and the squish kind of unsatisfying. Oh, I hear another truck. I'll keep going until it gets close enough that I think it'll catch on the microphone. So I think I figured it out. I think don't know for sure because I haven't gone out to check, but I believe they are cutting the grass back there. Because as I said, I live in a foresty area, but it's still within city limits, so the city has a responsibility to keep all the grass cut in residential areas on any property that is not owned privately. They do that sometimes. I've seen fires, purposely made fires made on some areas, and they do this either to cut the grass or discourage growth in that area because they may need to build something there one day. And if you encourage growth, if it gets too large, then we get a lot more wildlife in residential areas. Sorry, my stomach is growling. Shut up, stomach. So, I mentioned in a previous ASMR video that I've seen snakes here. And I think that's what they're trying to prevent. Because the more grass there is, the more... Not only will the more likely they'll be to hang around, but it'll be harder to spot them. They'll be able to hide. And we don't want that because there are children around. Okay, gonna move on. Here's the last squishy that I brought for this video. So as you can see, I tried to fix the packaging because I still want to keep this part intact, so I know what it was trying to replicate, and I like the design. So here is the rice ball, and I know a lot of people tell me that's a stretchy toy, not a squishy. Well, you squish it too. And the sounds this one makes are surprisingly pretty nice. Usually squishy toys are too harsh. The sounds they make are dependent solely on whether or not you can squish it. But I think that the texture of this one will cause some nice sounds. So I'll squish it first and then move on to use the pen. And this one has the plum inside. So let's compare. A lot of Japanese ASMR artists, if you have the fancy microphone with the ears on each side, people tend to make the sounds really very slow and Well, that's very nice. I think I'm actually the type to prefer... Oh wow, you can see the stuff inside. This kind of makes me want to open this. Looks like flour or dough. That's cool. Anyway, I think I'm the type who prefers to have things done a little faster. Not like too harsh and bleh, but just not too slow, because then it doesn't seem real, I guess. And for me, being able to connect to the realism of it is what usually triggers my ASMR more. It's pretty cool. I wonder if you can see. Probably not, because the camera's pretty far, but it's pretty cool that you can see the dough in there, or whatever it is. I think they all use some form of silicone. I think they all use some form of silicone, but I'm not sure. Okay. Hopefully that sounds a little nice. The squishy makes a lot of different noises all at once. And that is it for today's ASMR video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.